welcome to another Lawn Fawn video. Today we are introducing our brand new set Booyah and its coordinating dies. I love these cute little costumes that you can add to the ghost, so let's check it out. So this set has three ghosts, one that's facing there towards the left and the middle one, and then one that looks towards the right. So I love that there's three different shapes so you can really create some cute dynamic scenes. And then we have all of these great little faces that you can add to the ghosts. So we have our little vampire fang face, a little smiley face, a classic smiley face, I love this one, and kind of a little grumpy face there. And then we have all the costumes for the ghosts, and this is my most favorite part. Here we have the vampire costume with the hat and wings. This is the cat costume with the hat and tail, and of course some whiskers. We have the Frankenstein with even a little scar for his face, a pirate. And here you can see that we have the little eye patch, which you can stamp directly over the eye, or you could also die cut it, which I'll show you later. And then a little hook hand for the pirate, a witch hat, of course, and then the witch has her cute little broom. And then we have also Bride of Frankenstein hair to go along with Frankenstein. A little bow tie, which I think is really cute on the vampire bat, a little flower for the ghost's hair, a trick-or-treat bag, a little candy lollipop, and some hearts. We have solid and open, and we have solid and open stars, and these are really cute for creating little backgrounds for the ghosts. Here's a little dotted line that's perfect for our spider, so the spider could hang right off the arm of one of the ghosts. And then we have some great sentiments. We have Ghoul's Night Out, Hey Ghoul Friend, Booyah, which is my favorite one, I think. And then of course we have exclamation points to add to these sentiments too. And then we have here Happy Halloween. And you'll see there, they're both on rectangular bases, so I just butt them up together on my little piece of paper and pick it up to have a perfectly straight sentiment. So now we can stamp out the Happy Halloween. And then you'll see that we also have the word haunting. So here you see you could do a stacked sentiment like that, but I decided to do a long one this time, just like the other one. So I'm just going to butt them up, pick the stamp up, and stamp out that cute happy haunting. And then we have an adorable little boo word bubble. Now I'm going to use some Copic markers to add color to these ghosts. So here I have some two light gray markers, and I'm putting that darkest color towards the left and bottom of the ghost, and then keeping him light up towards the top. And I really like this look. I think it makes him look like a little translucent ghost. Now I do love to add color to these ghosts, but it's really nice just to keep them white too. It looks really cute with the costumes. So in this case, I'm just adding some pink rosy cheeks, and when I saw them I thought they were a little too pink, so I'm just going over it with a little bit of gray just to dull that pink out a little bit. You could also just go around the outside edge with a very light blue marker, and that makes that white really pop. Now for my little Frankenstein ghost, I really wanted to make him green. So I'm going ahead and putting some of the dark color this time on the right side of the ghost, and then I'm going to just blend that color out towards the top and trying to keep that top part as light as possible. So I'm just going over the lightest part just a little bit because I really want it to be a nice light translucent green. And then now I have my little cat ghost, and this time I decided to shade her from the top to the bottom. So I'm just trying different things with the ghost with the shading to see what I like best, you know, and I kind of like every look. I think it's just really fun. So now I'll just keep blending those light grays out down towards the bottom of the ghost. Here's a little broom, so just doing some really simple little shading there. And then now I can color my witch hat, and I love purple witch hats. I just think they look so cool, and these are definitely my three favorite shades of purple in the Copic markers. So I'm keeping it dark towards the outside, and then I'm just blending it out towards the outside edge. And now I'm adding that dark marker, and that V17 is super dark, so it takes a little bit to blend the 17 to the 15, but it ends up looking really cool. It's totally worth it. So now I'm blending that really dark marker out to the middle, and I'm touching the tip of my medium marker to my darkest to help me blend it even more to create a medium shade that way. And then I'll just keep playing around with that. I think that looks really cool. Now I'm going to create a little green band for this hat here, and I didn't really like the shading that I did at first. I didn't think it really matched. I kind of messed it up. So here you'll see I'm adding now a little bit more of a darker marker, G28, and just blending that out. Now that fixed it a little bit. And some Y26, which is my favorite color for brassy colored things. And now I'll color the vampire costume. And this one is using C5 and C8 and just blending those out really simply. And then I'm touching that light marker to the dark marker to create a medium shade to help me blend between the two markers. Since I only have C5 and C8 and nothing in between, that kind of helps me blend the two together. So you go, you see I'm touching the markers again together. And now I'm using some neutral grays, but the same exact idea for the cat costume. So I'm going to blend those out towards the top, leaving the top the lightest. And I'll just blend that cattail out too. And you'll see those two really do blend nicely together. Now for the pirate hat, I'm going to be very careful not to put down too much ink because red markers tend to bleed on me and I don't want any of the red to get into the skull and crossbones. So I'm just doing a very light layer there of my darker marker, and then I'll just blend that lighter marker just at the top. Just trying to be very careful to make sure I don't get any of that red in the skull and crossbones. Now here I have my Frankenstein hair, and so I'm going to just do some blending again with that just towards the middle of his hair, just so it doesn't look too dark, because some of those really dark markers, you know, it almost is the same exact color as the stamped line image, so it's nice to blend it out a little bit. And here's my Bride of Frankenstein hair, and I wanted her hair to be lighter than Frankenstein's. That way it looks just a little bit different. So I'm using, instead of going towards the really dark neutral grays, I'm using towards a little bit lighter, so like N4, N6 here. And then I'll just add a little bit of darkness towards the bottom, just so she does still kind of match her little Frankenstein partner there. And once again, I'm creating that medium shade by touching my light marker to my dark marker and picking that color up a little bit, and it really does help me blend when I have a little bit of trouble. And these markers are a little bit dry, so I had some trouble with them. So here are the coordinating dies, and I just bent them apart at the wire tabs, and now I have all these pieces, and I can take these dies, line it up with that outside edge of the stamped image, and hold them in place with some low-tack tape. I'm using Post-it note tape here. And now you can see I've got all my dies on there. Run it through my die cut machine and you get these cute little perfectly cut images. Now this set is so much fun because it's essentially like playing with paper dolls. I love creating all of these little costumes and picking which ghost and which face is going to have which costume. It's just so much fun. I absolutely love it. So you'll see here I'm just playing around with all the little different costumes and trying to line them up and see how that goes. And so here I've got my little vampire bat. He's one of my favorites. And you can see here how there's all these other little extra things like the tiny little treat bag and stuff. And these are perfect to add the extra touch to the costumes. So you'll see the little bow tie looks adorable on the vampire bat. And I like the hair in the Bride of Frankenstein. So it just adds that cute little finishing touch. Now, one of my other favorite things about this stamp set is it works with a lot of our other critters. So this is the bear from our party animal stamp set. And you can see how cute he is dressed up as a pirate for Halloween. He is just too adorable, and I cannot wait to see what kind of cool things you guys come up with these costumes and lots of our other critters too. So make sure you share them with us. So now I'm going to go ahead and actually put together all of my little costume ghosts. So I like using liquid glue because that gives me a little bit of time to move around the little pieces. And then here you'll see that the tail and the wings for the vampire have a little extra little tab at the end of them. And that's so that you can put your glue on and then attach it to your ghost. So it gives you that just little extra space to attach it to. So once I get that hat on straight there, I can just lay the ghost right on top of the tail and make my cute little cat costume. And here you can see all of the ghosts laid out. I just love them so much. So now it's time to start creating a card. And I'm going to use this little pumpkin image here from our Happy Harvest set. It's a brand new set. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp the little smiley face from Booyah and now give them some color. So this idea that I'm using is a variation on a card by Elena that I fell in love with. I love that she decorated the pumpkins in this cute little wagon. So thank you so much to Elena for letting me borrow this idea because I had so much fun making this card. So here you can see I'm just doing some really quick and easy Copic color markers here, which is 2 markers, and just blending those out. And I'm going to touch the tip of the light one to the dark one just to make sure I can blend those 2 colors together. It kind of creates that medium shade. And now I'm going to color the pirate hat here with some grays. And I'm being careful to kind of wait till I get to the skull and crossbones until the very end, because I don't want to mess up and get some gray on that area. So I'm just going to add a little bit more darkness just to kind of make it look like a worn old pirate hat, and keep blending those colors out. Then I'll go ahead and color in the stems, and then I'll color in the wagon too. So at first I just started with these 2 light colors, and I thought it looked really pretty, but I wanted some more definition. So you'll see that later I'm going to add another marker into the mix just to create a little bit more darkness. So now I've got the BG13, but it's a little bit too dark. So I'm touching the BG11 to the BG13 to create a medium shade again, just to put some shading underneath the lip of that wagon and around the wheels. And I thought it just gave it a little bit more dimension, a little more oomph to it. So now that I've got this guy all colored, I can use the coordinating dies to cut him out and the pirate hat too. I just love, this is my favorite, unveiling the little cutouts. I just think it's so fun. And then here you can see I stamped the little eye patch there from the Booyah stamp set over the pumpkin to make him look like he's dressed up for Halloween. And then now I can use my cute little witch ghost that I created earlier to complete this adorable scene. So I wanted to create an area for this whole scene to happen on. So the first thing I wanted to do was create some ground. So I took some Post-it tape there and covered the top half of this note card. And I'm going to use our hippo and our new soot ink to create the base. So I'm using foaming blending tools, just dipping them in my ink and then smearing this ink on to my cardstock just to make it kind of look like asphalt. So now that I did the hippo, I'm going to do the soot color now, which is a little bit darker, just to give some definition to the bottom and outside edges. And now this is my favorite part, the reveal. So you peel it off and I just love how nice it looks. And then now I'm using broken china, tumbled glass, and faded jeans to create my sky. And you can see there that my little Post-it note tape, there's a little sliver of that gray showing through. And I do that so that there ends up not being a line between the blue and the gray. They just blend right together with each other. And you'll see when I peel it all off. So I'm just bringing these colors on. I'm keeping the lighter colors at the bottom, which is the tumbled glass, the broken china in the middle, and the faded jeans towards the outside. And now you'll see when I remove that, there's no white space between the 2 colors. So now I was trying to decide how to put this card together, and I put it on that purple and I thought, gosh, it doesn't look quite right. So then I put it on the black and I said, that doesn't look quite right. So I thought, well, let's put them together. So once I put them together, you can see there that the black makes the whole scene pop, but then the purple stripe adds that cute little dimension to it. So here I'm cutting a little sentiment strip that's 1/2 inch tall there, and I'm using my Misty to stamp my sentiments because my sentiments are always where I mess up, so the Misty saves me with my sentiments. So I stamped Ghoul's Night Out, and now I can layer that piece right onto the asphalt. And I decided this guy needed some stars. So I have a really sparkly, pretty ink here called Delicata, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp stars all over this scene just to really add some fun sparkle and shine and really give that night sky feel. And now that I've added all of my stars, I can go ahead and add my little characters here, my pumpkin and my witch, with some foam adhesive. And then give her a little trick-or-treat bag too, of course. And then now I can add that 1/16 of an inch border of black. I just love that. I feel like it just makes the whole scene pop. And now I can attach that with foam to the card base using the new Let's Polka in the Dark Wicked Witch stripe color. So I just love how that turned out and how the purple in the hat coordinates with the purple stripe paper. And since we had such sparkly stars, I thought I would add some sparkle with a Wink of Stella pen to the little treat bag, the hat, and the skull and crossbones. I thought it really gave it a nice finishing touch and brought that sparkle all in together. And here is my finished card. So now I thought it would be fun to make a treat box. So I'm using our brand new pillow box die here and our brand new Let's Polka in the Dark Wicked Witch line dance paper. And I'm forming the box here, and don't worry, I'll have a whole video on the pillow box tomorrow. But now that we have the pillow box all formed, and I've got a stitch circle there with a little scalloped border, also using more of the Let's Polka in the Dark colors. And I can add my cute little cat ghost now to that little circle and scallop circle. And it's just the perfect fit for the pillow box. But I thought I needed a little bit something more, so I wanted to add a stripe on it. But because the pillow box is curved, I cut another piece of pillow box out of with this werewolf polka paper. And I'm going ahead and just trimming off those rounded edges. And then I went ahead and marked the center of the pillow box. Now I can bring those marks to my trimmer and just trim 1/2 inch on either side so that I end up with a 1/2 inch piece here, but that still has those curved edges, so it looks really nice on the pillow box. Then I can use some foam tape here to adhere my cute little cat, and it's a really simple treat box. You can make a ton of these. It would be really, really fun to do. And then I thought, you know, she needed a little treat bag herself too. So I went ahead and added that, and that kind of ties the orange in all together. And so here is a look at my finished little treat box. I think it turned out so cute. Now I still had some ghosts left over, so I wanted to make a really simple card. So this card is 5 by 7 and I scored at 3.5. And then I'm going to use some of that werewolf polka again from the new Let's Polka in the Dark and just layer a piece on. And then do a 1/2 inch by 5 inch little white strip to stamp my sentiment on, using my Misty again so that I don't mess up the sentiment. You can see how nicely that's stamped out. And now I can use some foam tape and just layer that on the bottom. And because I already had my ghosts all done up, all I had to do was just add some foam adhesive on and glue them onto the card. So here I have my little vampire bat, my Frankenstein, and my pirate ghost, and I think that's such a cute little card and be really fun. I think it would make someone's day sent in the mail. And so there, I'm just centering that vampire bat there to make sure they're all lined up. And there's my finished card. And so here you can see a really simple project, a simple card, a more complicated card in the middle using fun distress inks and things like that, and then a really simple treat box that would be easy to make a ton of. So this is Booyah and its coordinating dies. I just love these costumes so much. They look so cute on the ghosts. I just can't get over how adorable they are. And you can use them for other things too, like our little bear from Party Animal or the pumpkins from Harvest Season. So you can get really creative with these costumes, and I cannot wait to see what you guys make with this set. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye!